Welcome back YouTube to Rick's YouTube channel with a UK update of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Today we have 5 new cities that have been remapped. One of them is Cambridge, and I'm here now to have my first look around Cambridge. What we'll do is we'll fly over the head of Cambridge. We'll probably go out to Water Beach, back up the A14, have a look at the roadworks. We'll go across to Maddenley Cemetery and over to Duxford and see what Microsoft have done to Cambridge. I think the other cities are Birmingham, Bristol, Oxford, London and somewhere else. And then we've got 5 updates on the airports, which is Manchester, Land's End and a couple of others that I forget. I have played the game around my local area and I'm blown away by it. It was a 23 gigabyte update, so pretty big update. So far I'm enjoying it. It's been released now for about 6 hours here in the United Kingdom, so let's get up in the air. What I want to do is switch to external and we'll take off and just have a look. So Cambridge Airport, home of marshals. The control tower, they have got a funny control tower in Cambridge. It does look a little bit like that. It's more grayer, but the detail of the airport is pretty damn good. Got the grass strip. Let's just climb a little bit. Over there you got the paint spray place where they usually spray a few Hercules and various other transport planes. So we're going to be flying over the centre of Cambridge. I don't actually come from Cambridge. I'm not too far, probably about 45-50 miles away from there, so been there quite a few times, worked around and in Cambridge. We've got the train station here. I should probably slow down a little bit. So you've got the train station, just bank over here. I recognise this park here. You've got the Kelsey Carriage Sports Centre just going below me now. Many good nights in there, way back in the early 90s. Town centre here. I think you've got the Grafton Centre, something else. Obviously you've got the Corn Exchange. I can't pick it out at the moment. There you've got the universities and all their buildings, tennis courts. Pretty is detailed well. Sorry if I forget the name of the buildings. You've got the outdoor swimming pool. Obviously you've got the river, and is that called Jesus Common or Jesus Green? It's where they do the big festival. But wow. Before it was good, but now it's even better. So like I just said, let's pick my bearings up. That's Milton over there, I believe. So we'll put the some throttle down. You do have, I'm sure you do have a windmill there. This is the science park underneath. Well, we'll be going over. You have the sewage works. Across the road you have Tesco's and a nice kebab shop or van, trailer, whatever you want to call it, just down below me. You've got the lakes. Let's move. Let's get completely level and you can see Water Beach straight ahead. I don't know how far Microsoft have gone out and develop these big cities. I presume they've only concentrated on the town centre because there's just so much to be done. Now this is Water Beach. Funny story about this place along this runway. We just got a couple of brand new fans, decided to see how fast they go. Decided to put the handbrake on about 50 miles an hour down the runway and burst one of the tyres. So that's quite funny. Yeah, just look, that is pretty good. Definitely recognise the buildings there. That's Water Beach, just outside of Cambridge. Right, what we'll do is we'll get up onto the A14. There's been loads of roadworks here over the years, and I think they've finally just done this main junction where the A14 splits off and the M11 goes straight into the big smoke. Try and get it down a little bit more. I think we're a bit too high to make out the detail. Completely ignoring ATC. We're just going over Histon. Now this lake we're going over now, it always is a very sort of like greeny colour when you drive past it on the A14, and detail is top quality. You've got Histon Football Club there. I'm not too sure that big builder's on the corner of it. Now we've got this junction here. Yeah, it looks like they've included the roadworks. Let's get down a little bit. Yeah, so they have updated it. You've got the new slip road that takes you onto the A14. Some parts don't look completely finished, like just here. I don't know what's going on there. Work in progress. Take two. Let's head to Maddenley and have a look at the American Cemetery. Try and keep the airspeed down as well. I've noticed when you fly the Airbus, oh, we are moving around. That's me just messing with you guys. Keep it nice and low. We'll get over the lake over the end of this runway. You'll see the runway lights actually in the lake. It is a this is called Denny Road End. You can just make out the runway lights there on the left hand side. Keeping it nice and low. Let's have a look. There we go, over the train station. Now I'm trying to work out the best route to get there. Trying to get my bearings, but doesn't look Cambridge look nice. Right, so you have the that junction where I overstressed the aircraft over there. This is all part of Cambridge University, I believe. You can see some sport pitches, tennis courts, AstroTurf's turf. Yeah, so this is the Maddenley Road. I don't want to go any higher than 1,500 feet. You can see the cemetery in front of me. I should really slow down. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. It's the American Cemetery. I've been there a couple of times. Most notably on the Veterans Day, there were two F-15s that flew over. As soon as I got over the cemetery, one of them went into reheat straight up. It was a sight I'll never forget. Right, let's start motoring over towards Duxford and see if there's any changes over there. I've landed Duxford low ender times on this game when it first came out. A lot of the major hangars are not resembled or modelled around of what actually there at the moment. If I remember rightly, there is a rifle range somewhere around here. Have we gone past it? I'm not too sure. Oh, it's behind me. There you can see the rifle range right on the end of the tail. Can't remember what it's called. And then you've got them the observation place down there just below me. You can see the big dishes all lined up. Right, so we're going to follow the M11. I am actually using a controller just to record this video. It's just a lot easier than using a keyboard or actually a yoke. But so far the game is looking pretty sweet with this new UK update. Haven't been around many points of interest. I do have the London City Orbex pack already installed, so it'd be great to go over to London and have a look at what changes they've made. I think they've done places like Brighton Pier, Southampton. So we're coming into Duxford now. Gonna have to slow this plane down. And already by the main road, the M11, you can see the super hangar, but whether they've updated the hangar, because it is an impressive hangar with a load of airplanes in there. For those that don't know that what Duxford is a massive museum. No, it doesn't look like they've updated Duxford. You can see the control tower. It's just a standard generic control tower. The hangars, yes, they're all the same, but not modelled on them. The American Air Museum looks pretty flat, and then the Tank Museum at the end doesn't resemble the Tank Museum whatsoever. So that's Duxford, and that is my short video on the Microsoft Flight Simulator UK update today.